Hey everyone, well, hope you recovered after enjoying your Waitangi weekend, especially if you went down to Palmerston or to Robertson. Prestige International Speedway is one of the annual big show, the greatest show on dirt. They call it the ENZED Superstock Teams Champs. And earlier today, we got to see who had crowned the champion, the Suck It Up Christchurch Glen Eagles. But a couple of days that'll be just amazing. My friend Booker was down there with us as well. Hey, Books, how you going? You're covered?
Oh, mate, I got home and I'm still sort of reeling from it all. I'm watching it today. Hey, listen, people, sorry what happened before, but the great Facebook decided that the music in that intro we played wasn't acceptable, so it cut the stream off. How good was that? You gotta love, you gotta love them, don't you? You gotta love these Facebook people. But hey, so apologies for that. But that video you saw was thanks to Rob Edwards, and I believe he's the drone man. But what I thought we'd play that because I thought, Kins, it just sort of, even though it was to do with the British team, it summed up teams, didn't it? Some of those shots in there just really summed up everything about teams, you know. Books, you bloody copyright pirate. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kins, the weekend, mate, we had everything, didn't we? I mean, shivers, man. The first night, we had our mate with us who was first time ever teams, and I believe he'll never miss one again now.
I guess so. He's got the bug. You know, like many have, mate. Since 1981, this event has been around, and many have turned up since 1981. We caught up with one of those who knew a lot of history. We caught up with them on the Friday night. I think it was down at the Speedway Garage, Troy Rusco. He could sit there and talk you all about everything you need to know about teams with the history, which is good because I got a lot of good feedback from a lot of fans who watched that show. Would love to hear more, but obviously we're going to have to kind of create that once again. So everyone kind of gets in touch where it all started, how it all started. I met one of those guys, and you met one of them too, actually, Loz from Oz, who was part of the Hawke's Bay team from 1982, 83, 84, 85. He was a reserve in 86. You know, he raced along another guy that we met at the Plaza, Russell Joblin, when you think of the Stratford names and all that type of stuff. So this history stuff we'll try and bring to you as part of what unfolded over the weekend, because before you know it, think about it, the 50th anniversary isn't too far away. Acknowledging, of course, the Dewars, their sponsorship. There was their 20th anniversary of sponsoring that event, 20 years, and they're going to be around, I would guess, for another 20 years after talking to Shane. So, yeah, mate, it was exciting. The hype wrapped up earlier today at about, 20 past 2, crowned the 2023 champions, the Suck It Up Christchurch Glen Eagles. All the Southerners and the fans of the Glen Eagles, there they are, mate. Look at that. Cool, hey, books.
Cat photos courtesy of Palmy Superstock teams, but you know, they did it proud, you know. Follow the rivers. Follow the rivers. There already, kids up on the stream. But hey, listen, I mean, who was your favourite drive for the weekend? People, let us know who you enjoy watching, what you did. But yeah, I mean, they raced outstanding in the final, Kins. I'm a little bit upset about how some things played out in the finals. I don't think, you know, we need to be taking these head knocks a bit more seriously after seeing that. We'll just leave it at that. But yeah, mate, just everything, the whole weekend. I'm still amped, mate. You know, like I bought a team shirt. I put money on Wellington. You know, there's all these things that I did to sort of make a weekend fun, and mate, it just, no matter what happened, it just turned out to be grouse. You know, like, yeah, and watching, I mean, some of these young kids, mate, behind the wheel, how impressive they are driving. You know, like, just blew me away, mate. You know, and walking around, me and you walking around, and people come up saying, hi, how are you? You know, we sat down in the mall for a sandwich and a drink, and we had people talking to us there, and it was just, the excitement was there in the town, wasn't it? And everywhere.
Oh, 100%, mate. You know, even for me, it started over a week ago, a couple of weeks ago, to be honest with you, when we did the build-up. Talking to 14 teams, talking to the promoter, talking to the sponsor, talking to all of the represented drivers for the GB Lions, including the two superstars, the Dutch guys, you know, the brothers. Overall, the whole week build up to this event we went and watched over Saturday, Sunday, and a little bit today. It was just, for me, a couple of weeks ago, you know. Yeah. Actually, it most really started since I left in 2022 in April and bought tickets when they went on sale. So I was all amped from way back then. But I'm already amped now, mate. Counting down the days until 2024, officially the 3rd and 4th of February. Yeah, well, I can't wait.
Oh, mate, it's you know, hey, Rob Miller, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're all well. That was not what we wanted to see. Hitting the wall like that in your sidecar. We really would have loved to come and catch up with you guys again. We are definitely going to come catch up with the sidecar boys again, aren't we, Kins? I mean, we love talking to them. We love talking to everybody, mate. But everyone's putting in there, you know, like Jason Coley, oh, Billy, go live with Harley Rob now. Shit, could you imagine what that conversation would be like right now? I bet you those Christchurch boys are celebrating like you wouldn't believe, mate. Jaden Ward for sure. Can't count number. Yeah, Jack Purcell likes Jaden Ward. Up the Scott Honeybones happy. It looks like he's happy, mate. But I just quickly, kids, mate, Riley Booker, we did what we were told and got a beach ball. Oh, look, mate, I know the fun police took away our beach balls, but I was sitting there watching it and loving every minute of it. As soon as I saw them, it was awesome. I mean, I love it. I love that you guys turned up, had a good time, and had fun. I hope everybody just 100% enjoyed themselves. But you know, like, mate, it was just epic, wasn't it? I finished talking now.
Oh, okay. I was trying to talk it amongst there because Harley's messaged me. He was going to jump in, but he's popped back out. Harley's actually with the trophy down at Speedway Garage, but he's just popped back out. I was trying to get your attention. Harley's sitting there to kind of connect in.
Get him back. I'll bring him in if he is. Remember, people, if we get Harley back, remember, he might have had a couple of quieties, so we haven't got a beat button, but we do our best. DK there, g'day, mate. But so sorry, kids, you should have just brought him in. You had the button in front of you, don't you? You can still do that.
You were right into it, bro. I was trying to get your attention.
That would have made me a great surprise. I'd have loved it. I'd have loved it, mate. Come back, Harley Rob. Come back with the trophy.
Come back, Harley.
Come back here.
Hey, Corbin, good to catch you, my friend. I don't know if he can hear me, to be honest with you, mate, but Carl Carpenter, yourself, enjoyed yourself. You and Katrina, good to catch up with you, and I know you're going to be back next year. Madu Goodley, how good was it? Good to catch up, Madu. The big drawings, mate, they're all here. Thank you for those. Henry Ford. What a cool name, eh? Henry Ford. What an awesome name. That's cool. Margaret, you're right. Everyone's right here around the whole weekend. And you mentioned Amaron. Yeah, good to see you there, bro. Watching. Who did you mention? You mentioned Rob Miller. I called it Rob and his son.
Yeah, well, that's who hit the wall.
Yeah. And a throttle jam.
I hope they're making a good recovery, mate. And I hope, you know, we'd love to catch up and with them absolutely 100%, mate. Yeah.
I know the video's out as well. Actually, it's been released too, and I know he's allowed them to show that and talk a bit about it because it was a throttle jam. Yeah. So you can go to Drone Shot Rob Edwards, who we had originally in our first stream with that awesome video with the lines that Booker mentioned. Go along and check that out there as well. It doesn't give you the right in depth, but it kind of gives you the insight of what prior to.
Brain on that kid, it blows me. You know, in the final today, he saw that Scotty Tennant's car had died. And he was in the lead with bloody, what was it, a lap to go, and he pulled out, got behind him, got him going again. You know, the brain on that kid, twice he picked up cars to put him across the line over the weekend. I'm telling you, mate. And you know, the likes of him and Ethan Reeves, like, for me, watching Ethan Reeves' skill of run and punt people out of the way blew my mind. And then in that last race when they're up against Palmy, you know, he figured out that he had to stop and block and let Dad go, right? But Dad clipped someone, and well, we all know what happened there. That was huge. And I mean, the grandstand erupted, everybody erupted. I mean, it was our man Krusty sitting beside us, who'd never been to teams before, jumped out of his seat, nearly knocked me over, you know. But the brain on these guys, you know, Jaden Ward, Ryan, you're right, Gavin Taniwha was awesome as well. You know, the brain on these guys, teams racing brains, we call them, is incredible, mate. You know, their awareness to know what's going on there, Kins. You know, I mean, I don't care if you hate them or not, or you love them or whatever. You've got to take your hat off to these kids, the way they drive those teams' cars, mate, and the way they think and what they do. You know, Jaden Ward all weekend, I thought he was a absolute shoo-in for that trophy, mate. I really did. But hey,
no, I think you're right, Brooks. A lot of people did, actually. You know, you're asking me the question earlier. I would have picked him up hands down. We saw that twice from Jaden. We recognised it straight away because on the first night it was all about points.
Yeah.
So who did he push? the same guy, Scotty Tennant. Get him over. We needed the points.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, you know. So, you're right. Jack Myers is another one. That's another young kid that's got a Brady for 10s.
Mate, yeah.
And you think of Scott and what his dad's done for years. Then you mentioned the Rees boys, you know, whether it's Ethan or Asher, they can just flick like that and change. And if you think of those names, honestly, if I go way back to what Palmerston wanted to continue that legacy before all of the political bullshit, that team, when you think of some of those names we've mentioned, could have been that team, and that legacy could have continued on for many years. I
was talking to someone today, old Billy Son, on this thing, and we were talking, you know, you imagine if the Reesers hadn't left Palmy and all that, you imagine what that Palmerston North Panthers team would have been like. You would have had the Reesers, you would have had Jaden Ward, Jack Myers. The Palmy team plus Mustangs team would have been unbeatable. I'm sorry, you may hate the Palmy or you may hate the Mustangs or whatever, but if they had stayed, those two teams we were talking about today, and Jace was right, you know, those teams would have been unreal. And what them doing and leaving, it's turned out to make this teams racing fantastic. I mean, then you think about the rivalries that have happened since they've left that made our speedway so much better. You know, you ended up having Jaden and Asher against each other there at one stage, but now they're back mates again. You know, this stuff, it's all stemmed from the Rees leaving Palmy, I believe. That's my opinion. It may be wrong, but that's what I believe, you know. So if you guys have got an opinion on what you think on that, let us know. We'll talk about it. We're happy. That's what tonight's all about. This team's weekend and how cool it was, you know. It's just, and old Steve mentioned before too, Kins, the commitment from Horse this weekend. I mean, have you seen that man drive like that in years? No. Awesome. When he right turned like that, it brought me back to the days of, say, Eddie Hawkins, you know, just pulling out in front of people. It was freaking awesome. And we talked to Horse afterwards in the pits. Mate, he was pumped. He was so happy, you know. He took one of the biggest hits. I'm not going to get into what happened up in the box because I'm a little bit angry about that, but with the disqualification. But hey, guys, what do you think about Horse's performance this weekend? Let us know. I mean, he's an old head, mate, and he growed some big kanungas on the weekend, didn't he, brother?
Well, you know, right, Wayne Odden made mention of it as well. Wayne, he did, mate. The commitment by Horse was back from 2014 when their buses in the old Tottenham Pollock cars went out and did everything with his mate Kyle Fraser, his mate next to him, Kerry Remnant. Horse actually raced his 20th year at Palmy teams. Yeah. For people who didn't realise, that was his 20th year. He put it all on the line. So I was talking to Booker while I was sitting there watching that all unfold. The way he just raced that last race, he left it out there and he left the car damaged, and the car came home damaged himself. Well, his pride's intact and he's a happy man, obviously, but, you know, a lot of work to be done. Cannot wait to see Superstock 67P and his boy get back on track. Richard Hart. Helen Hart as well. Eagles take it out. Yeah, that's right. Mixing away was awesome. It was actually, like Booker mentioned, the Beach Bulls, you know. Yeah, hey, it was good to have the back, eh?
You know, there's somebody else, you know, Krusty just mentioning the Dutch boys. I mean, we watched those Dutch boys at the 240s, Kins, and we thought, oh, they may struggle at teams. They haven't got a lot of chop there. But boy, did they make us eat our words, didn't they? Those Dutch boys were fantastic. I thought they were a chance for even Rookie of the Year as well, mate. You know, like they were, mate. Those two Dutch guys, they turned it on. Everyone was expecting big things from our one wheel man, you know, and Frankie Wayman. But those two were the standout for me, mate, out of that team, 100%.
Oh, totally. Even Frankie Jr. did his little bit to, you know, to block well in that race they had yesterday. Like you say, the Tesla boys, the brothers, just left everything out there. They ran, they hit as hard as good. Frankie didn't have the greatest race on a couple of them. The first one he was away, but a few car issues. But, you know, that Superstock commitment from Horse, yeah, mate. You're right, Steve. It did turn back the clock 100%. That was the old days. It was good to see him do it there. Scott Tennant, yep, he stepped up to the mark. Mind you, I've seen Scotty go well. And actually, you've seen engine problems for the Auckland All-Stars years gone by. The kid's got a team's brain on him. I remember saying to him many years ago, because I've known Scotty for some time, and I said, mate, you're going to win this championship when you get in a Superstock team. So to hear him when I was coming home and watch it, when I pulled over on the side of the road to the stream and to see him win it, I thought, yeah. And he messaged me later, said, mate, you remember when you told me this years ago? I said, yeah, mate, you've just got it in your head. You kind of know these drivers. You mentioned them before, Books, the Reeves boys, the Myers boys, Jaden Ward. There's another kid that's
his
got
old man,
teams.
His old man was a great
go.
driver as well. Graham used to, he did it all as well. These young kids coming through, and where do they start? Mini stocks.
Mini stocks,
mate.
exactly.
And someone mentioned today as well. I think a high percentage of those dudes in the Christchurch team all online races. We're all online racers doing team racing back in the day. Jade and Harley Rob, they were all racing online, which is what we do as well here. It's pretty cool, mate. Like, I just, mate, I'm still amped from the weekend. I'm serious. It's just, it just so it did not disappoint as far as I'm concerned. I saw a comment today, Kins, on the Palmerston North Speedway page. Someone saying, I wish these promoters would look at the weather before they start running these meetings. Well, mate, if you think that, you probably know who you are if you're watching our show. Go and get your money, buy a track, and show us how it's done. Because as far as I'm concerned, the promoters, the team at Rotorua did the job right. They made it happen with the weather. Palmy made it happen, and it didn't disappoint today. And I don't think anyone's left this weekend disappointed, unless you're disappointed because your team lost, but that's about it. But, mate, look at the weather. My goodness. Give the guys, the effort and time that Bruce Robinson, Puck, and all the team there put in to bring that team's weekend on and happen, and the Palmy City Council, you got to take your hats off to them. You don't sit on the Facebook and go, oh, they should have read the weather. Give me strength. Next year, bring your beach ball, have some fun, and you won't make a stupid comment. Sorry, but that's me done with that comment now.
You're right, mate. People who make those comments might need to go talk to that mayor that needs a hand up there in Auckland before he gets himself in the shit and goes and want to go play tennis. Yeah, it was a mean weekend. You're right, Krusty. It was good to have you there, mate. The smile on your face and everything about it, Krusty, just meant so much to have you sitting with us. Mooney, yeah, you're right. Mooney was extremely impressive, Nick. He threw everything out there. He's had no team's experience. Carl Carpenter, can't wait till next year. Ethan Reeves, control, hit, perfect spot, spin out the opponents. Margaret, you're 100% right there as well. Mate, the list just goes on. Matt J, Horsey is a legend. Those Dutch kids, Scott Honeybone, he's still rapped about the bloody Eagles. Horse is a legend. Tyler Sharp. Shane 31, proud to say I taught Jaden everything he knows when he was a youngster. You're right, 31, because it was back in stock heat bloody days. And I was talking to Jaden too. Well, we knew him as Speedo back in the day. I've still got some of Speedo's bloody setups in my R Factor game. Yeah, you're right, Wayne. Talking about Horse's dad. His dad would have been looking down at his son. And, when you think about it, mate, he would have been so proud. His son left everything out there on the track. Dave Thomas, yeah, we'll have to catch up with you there, Dave. I didn't realise you were there, mate. Yeah, you're pretty amped. The condom balloon flying around. I saw the condom come out there.
I love it how even the drone got into it and pushed that bloody beach ball back and everything. And the crowd just cheered. I mean, it was just awesome. And that dude in the green suit on Saturday night, I don't know what the hell. Oh, man, you got to be brave just to wear that suit, mate. It's awesome. But someone put there too about... sorry.
No, good to catch a call. But Ron Tyler, I caught a Ron Tyler. Had a chat with him down when I went to get a jacket because when it rained. He was in his little sling there, had a good chat, and a man a few words, he'll be back. Bring on the New Zealand's third or fourth, he reckons, so he reckons. But you can never knock a man down. When you think what he done when he got hurt in that car with the age he is, he just put it around the outside of those guys. He got hammered in the wall. I can't say what he actually said to me because it's got swear words, but he got hammered. I'll say he got smoked. He got effing smoked is what he said. No, I didn't end up doing the dance with Charlie, Chris.
No, Charlie
we tried to get a go at that. Yeah. Charlie wasn't into it at that time. I suppose, these guys are focused too, getting themselves all sorted. They've got one job to do. It's been a couple of years since they've been back. So one day we'll get that to happen. Still a Busters fan. You're right, Brad. Hopkins didn't use a condom at Roxanne's. Mate, don't say that. My bloody wife was
don't we
here.
have a rest? We're still too amped, mate. We're even talking about how good you were, mate, because... Yeah, I like I said, the when he did that right turn, mate, it just blew my mind,
That's cool.
It just brought me back to the old days sitting there at Palmy, you know, and yeah. I mean, I just love the weekend. It's just cool. And meeting everybody. And what we did in the square, we enjoyed that, didn't we, Kins? You know, we had a ball talking to all the drivers. We hope you guys, everyone that tuned in, guys and girls, and for our two, we did two. We did three, didn't we? We did one down at the started at with the Gizzy team. At McVerry's, and then we popped down to the Speedway garage. And then we ended up in the square, so it was a good day. And then we're back at the track, mate. I was lucky. I'll tell you what, Shane Hawkins, thank you so much. He turned up there with a couple of drinks for me and Kins, and some sunscreen for me before I burnt my ball egg because I didn't get myself organised properly. But yeah, it was. Thank you so much. But yeah, it was cool. The whole thing's been awesome, mate. And so our rookie, Kins, our rookie of the year was our rookie.
Oh, Caden Mooney, bro.
So
Caden,
we'll bring.
Oh, you got it.
So
you
there's your rookie with the Penn family.
Yeah, that's a special trophy too. That's a real special trophy.
Awesome. I mean, that's a real privilege to win that, isn't it, mate?
Stu Russell, lads, that's done. Yeah, mate, it is done. Stu, sort us out a photo from the commentary box, please. Send us a Facebook message when you're in the commentary box there, mate.
You went up there and you weren't there, so yeah.
yeah.
But there you go, people. There's your winner of that trophy and the Penn family, and that was really good. I'm glad they did that minute silence for them as well the next night. Probably could have done without a second lot of national anthems, but it is what it is. But
no, that was my thought too. You know, we may have got their final race in, but you know, hindsight's a good bloody thing, and they had to do what they had to do. But overall, it was fun. It was a fun weekend. And I tell you, before we do wrap this bloody highlights of the weekend up, I had my grandson there.
Oh, mate.
And Ashley come and had a photo with him. Everyone's seen the photos on my Facebook page. Then old Seth Bro had a photo with him. And then we waited for Cody Matt to get back from driver's briefing. I went around mixing and mingling. I lost my matey, I think, or he went somewhere and I went the other way. And, and I'm too busy, yep. And then before I know, my mate had my grandson down at Cody. Said, thanks, Books. And when I got there, he was sitting in the car and the smile on my face.
Mate, I was so wrapped that Cody back, mate. I mean, what a guy. Seriously. I said, mate, he had to go do something, so I'll message your Books when I get back. So he messaged me to bring young Daytona back down. So I took Daytona down, Kin's grandson, and he took a photo with him. And then I said, look, can he jump in the car? Because Daytona wanted to get in the car. And I said, I'll ask him. He said, yeah, mate. And he showed him exactly how to hop in the car, how you put your feet in, where your head goes. So he showed him the right way to hop into a super stock. And then I saw him, and then he said, pass me the steering wheel, and he put that on for him. I said, oh, man, you get to even feel like it's driving, you know? And I saw him put some blocks under the wheels. I thought, oh, he must be scared in case Daytona whacks the gear lever or something. Next thing, he leans in and starts this bloody thing up. Mate. And Daytona's face, and then I turned around, and there's you and your face, the biggest grin, and then he showed Daytona where the throttle was, and Daytona gave it a couple of hoot nannies, and mate, just awesome. Cody Mack, but not only just him, Kins, you know, we interviewed little kids that were getting their sign, getting their thing signed, and the drivers took the time to sign these kids' shirts or books or whatever. To all the drivers at teams, I take my hat off to you. You were all awesome. The way you treated your fans and the kids is brilliant. That's what makes the whole weekend for them, and those kids will never forget that. And that's because you, the drivers, made the effort. And I tell you what, I take my hat off to a lot of you because it was fantastic.
100%. Yeah, you're right, mate, because we sat on the start-finish line. The two little kids turned around and looked at us and going, hey, those are the guys that were interviewing us.
You interviewed us.
Had the autograph. And the good thing about it, the water truck even allows the kids to jump in with them when they go around watering the truck, you know?
Oh.
That's what it's about. It's about the kids, the families. We spoke to Pete Rees down at McVerry's, and we're reminiscing with him about seeing him handing over his trophy after he qualified to a kid. And then he told us the story about that. We thought that was the coolest thing from Pete Rees to give a kid that trophy.
Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah.
He's got, you know, and the story he told us is the kid actually celebrates the same birthday as Pete. Yeah. You know?
So he gives him his trophy every year.
Yeah.
So cool, mate. So cool. But like, there were so many moments, wasn't there, over the weekend? I mean, what were your guys' favourite moments out there? You know, let us know. I mean, I don't think I can. There's too many to handle for me, mate.
Mate, I got one for you. I got one. This will just wind you up, this one. Where is it? Margaret Riley's highlight of the weekend. Margaret Riley's highlight. The real Bay prevailed.
Mate, the real Bay. Come on, Bay. Hey, and then I went down to the pits because I don't know if you guys watched our build-up last Wednesday. But we had Seth come on and he put a box on it with me that he would beat my Hawke's Bay and say, yes, they come and goes to me, I owe you a box, brother. So, yes, Seth, the real Bay made it. So, yeah, that was awesome.
You know, talking to Seth, and he was on Rebecca's car in the parade on day two. The front, you know, and then he had his GoPro going as he does. Yeah. And then bloody Rebecca put him up the wall on 10, 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, after that, she rolled him. Yeah. Was he on the front of Beck's car? He's on the front of one of the Mustang's cars. Yeah,
Beck's car in the parade.
Then she rolled him. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't realise that, but I did see him on the front of that car. But, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So, yeah, what are your guys' favourite moments of the weekends, people? Another favourite moment was, of course, seeing the beach balls. I was glad to see those come back. That was awesome. But, yeah, and seeing my mate turn up and watch it for the first time. And I'll tell you what, another thing for me, Kins, was,
I know you're going to
was the thing we did with Richie. We live streamed a tribute to our mate, Richie MMJ. But when we walked in the gate on Sunday, we got to meet Richie's dad and talk with him, and that was a special moment for me, mate, to be honest with you, to meet up with Richie's old man and say hi and you know, say a few words to him. That was cool. And what they did over there with the sign and signed it, I did ask the Wellington guys to do something when they drove past. I don't know if they did. I haven't heard. But, yeah, that was special for me too, and I know it was for you too, mate. So, yeah, that was another highlight for us.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. Our friend Richie, you know, we had Sparky there with us. Quasi, caught it with Quasi.
Oh, Quasi
from Oz. He's going to come back to our teams next year. He's actually going to come back a bit longer as well. He might try and squeeze in a couple of other chaps. But just to have some of the boys from the online racing community, his whānau, Richie's whānau, and all his friends over there in that corner, the big MMJ. Banner that was done by a few of the bros there, but just to do what we did, sign it, autograph it, your special message you put on there as well around Richie. Then, like you say, to bump into Richie's dad when we arrived there, he come up to us. We saw the number plate, Nikora, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, who the hell's that? And he walked out the old Karawa, the old Koro himself, and you know, it was just cool to acknowledge him, but also him acknowledge us. Money well spent on everything. I'm still on the high. Carl Carpendale, Tracy Vincent, legend. Yeah, it was awesome. Ed Dickinson, the Eagles winning was my highlight. One of my highlights is also catching up with our viewers, our fans who watch our show, whether it's every day or even on the Wednesdays mainly, coming up to us. Before I even left, I grabbed a hot dog when it was raining. One viewer spotted me. I don't know how he recognised it because I had my bloody hoodie on because it was wet.
Probably saw the silver fox, bro.
I sure he did. And he wanted a photo. He wanted a photo before he headed back down to South Island. And I said, mate, anytime, let's do it. You know, then he put I was going to go with my hot dog. No, but, no, it was good, mate. Yeah, Krusty from Go to Woe. The whole thing was just epic. Going to rename the beach balls and call them Booker's balls.
I tell you what, another thing too is Tyson Wooden, I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're getting better. And we'll catch up soon, 100%. But that was a bit sad. Dale, as
and
well.
Also Dale Stewart.
Hope he's
Dale
well.
Stewart,
But listen, people, I had a chance to sit down and talk with Red Wooten, should I say? So, New Zealand Super Stocks. Myself and Reno will be doing the scrutineering again and bring it to you live. Interviewing all the drivers at the New Zealands again. There should be some more drivers here that are coming this year, so that's cool. Also, I think it's the stock car teams is not this weekend, coming the following weekend.
Next weekend.
So next 80. Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, Red's going to come on with the sponsors and we're going to do the live teams groups draw, the teams draw, the who faces who. So not this Wednesday, but following Wednesday, Red and the team are going to come onto our show and we're going to do the live draw of the teams for the stock car teams. So that's pretty cool. And we're also going to do, oh my goodness, the New Zealand modifieds scrutineering as well. And this week, if you're driving in Mini Stocks in Paradise this weekend coming, you need to contact us because we're interviewing Wednesday night. We are doing a build up for Mini Stocks in Paradise this weekend because they're the generation, they're the future. So we want to talk to them and see how they do. So, mate, so tune in for that too. Show your support to these guys. I mean, you like coming on and watching the super stock guys and all the big names and all the rest of it, but show your support. Come and join us Wednesday night and let's edge these guys on, because I'll tell you what, 10 years time we might be having them on the show because they've just won the New Zealand Superstock Champs. So come in for it, mate. We're looking forward to it, Kins?
Yeah, that's right. You know, I called her Ricky Cody. We interviewed the young lady when we were down there at Palmy earlier in the year or last year, and caught up with her. She's going to jump on and have a chat with us. We also caught up with the Rawiri whānau,
Yes.
you know, Paulie and his boy, and Pinnacle. Pinnacle's going to jump on as well and talk mini stocks, and anyone else, like you say, you know, they're the future boys and girls of Speedway. So jump on.
I believe Mac is trying to help us get some on as well. So we could have a couple of. I'm just going to leave you to talk for a second, Kins, because if I don't let my dog out the door, I think I might have to clean something up. How's this for good TV, people? I'm leaving the studio, so Kins can. I've got to go out through the garage. Look behind us as I'm in the garage. So
go deal to your dog.
I better
Right,
make
looks
sure
like
I
it's
want to clean up a mess.
All right, go do what you need to do, mate. How often you get to bloody see that on a live show where Booker's got to go and sort out his dog in case dog does business in his lounge, and before you know it, Booker will be swearing in about the smell of it. Troy, it was an awesome weekend, mate. Good to catch up again. And yes, the polo has been washed, mate, and I'll get it ready for the next event that we do. We'll both catch up in Hutley. Looking forward to that, mate. The beach balls. Yep, Peter Jones, mate. Always good to have you on board. Kins, did you get me a Busters t-shirt? No, I didn't, Brad. Those are kind of exclusive, so we'll sort something out for you, definitely, mate. I got a massive fright when the fireworks, everyone does, as soon as they start the race on, and bang, everyone gets a hell of a fright. Highlights was the Mrs. saying to me, we're going back next year. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's cool, Books?
That is, mate. That is awesome. You know, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, what, you know, you just can't beat it, can you? Let's be honest. And I tell you what, I'm pretty sure the Brits have bought cars now, so they're going to have top cars when they come back.
Yeah, that's right. You know, they will do.
It's pretty going to be pretty awesome. They're going to be. Oh mate, that first, after you watch them in that first race, Kins, how good did they look? It was just, it's funny how teams race can just turn like that, you know. Like the Giants versus Palmy, you know, it only took Pete to clip something, and he was about to go through to the lead with Asher and Prentice. Not Asher, sorry. Oh God, I'm getting too excited talking about it. Prentice and Ethan going into block mode. You know, it could have gone anyway, and that's all it takes is that one thing to turn, and then boom. You know, I mean, all the teams did well. Kiki did well. You know, it's just.
Pete just wanted to replicate bloody old Craig Boots' big flip there in the same place.
Yeah, it seems each year people following Boot. Last year was Seth. This year was Pete.
yeah, hard out, you know. David Tiwani, good coverage. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Good to have you on board watching, mate, and enjoying this. Dave Thomas screwed in there, and yeah, it is at the track. This time I might be down at the Cole place, so yeah, we'll be at the track. Yeah, Seth is watching. Look. Huge fill of seniors. Jessica, actually. Team GB taking some of the artwork back to Europe from Madu was one of his highlights. That's a special moment. Getting the autographs, and good to catch you, Madu. Also the bro and Loz as well, and have a bit of a chat there. Adam Marsden, thanks my brother Kins who got me a selfie. Cheer, bro. That's all good, Adam. Bro, anytime, mate. I'm into the photos. Books knows. Looking a bit tired. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, actually. I just washed all the bloody cement on my ute. Bloody roadworks. Bloody hell.
Sarah, if you've got 2 mini stock boys and they're doing mini stocks in Paradise, you send us a message. We'll get them on Wednesday night. No problem. Zakins.
Yeah, mate, hard out. We want to talk to all of them. Motor 808C blowing and winning the final
Oh.
day. Thomas, one of his highlights. That's all good. Malcolm will fix that one up. What else we got? Kia ora T, Hamish. Great to meet you both, mate. That's all good. Warriors impressed me too, mate. The Warriors were on fire. They were damn good. They were just unlucky. They look really good. They had a massive support behind them, a massive team behind them. Likewise, the Stratford, you know, they were giving it their all. Every single team. The Wanderers, having them back. They had a massive support there.
And they didn't. No one stopped giving their 100%. Hey, it's bloody awesome.
They went down fighting, you know.
Yeah.
That's the team that went down fighting. The expectations was going to be hard on them. They know that, but they didn't leave anything behind for their fans. They gave it their all. So, you know, all teams. I can tell you too, the Wanderers, you can see them up at the team nationals in Auckland. There's talk around that. The Tottenham, was it the Polo Cranes teams that's going to be at Huntley in March? You can see them there. And also, if the things go to plan, they're working on 2024. So, you know, Mooloo Bells fans, you Huntley fans, the Waikato fans, get ready, you know, because they're a team that's on their way back, and every team that rocked up there, mate, they all deserve to be recognised. The Auckland All-Stars, every single bloody team. It was just cool. It was just cool, bro. It was cool.
But, you know, it's these guys, they put everything on the line, you know, like everything. And, it's to me, it's just, it takes a lot, doesn't it? You know, like we got to take our hats off to all the drivers. They put everything on the line, and the cars, everything. It's just, and we go there and we give shit to each other. We give shit to drivers, and we, you know, it's, and the hype. But yeah, mate, I could feel it this year, the hype this year. Hey, you could feel it. You could feel it in the square. You could feel it walking around the town. You just knew, you know.
I think you knew this event was going to explode, because we were talking about the social media. It was just going crazy over days, the build up around this. Everyone acknowledging us about our show, the build up to us. Dylan Marshall, Warrior of the Oval, Shane, mate, he was on fire for Wanganui, Dylan Marshall. He just got caught out a couple of times, but to see Dill out there and doing his thing, Hamish, no better show on the dirt than Teens Champs trying to convince the wifey to come. Fingers crossed, mate. Good luck. Good luck with it. Everyone is a winner. You're right. Everyone is a winner. And Teams was just epic. No matter how it unfolded, you know, you can sit here and groan and whinge about how yesterday unfolded with the weather. Mate, they're not bloody Jim Hickey. They don't have a bloody clue.
Oh,
so
mate,
the whole season's just been mud. Our whole season has been affected.
No matter what you say, okay, the final was epic. And
how big was the crowd there?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as full, but I mean, a lot of people had to leave, obviously. But I mean, if you're going to Teams Champs and you know the Monday is the day that is your backup day, if the weather hits, okay? It has been like that for how long, kids, you know? Yeah, then you can't complain that the final had to be run on the Sunday, because it's always the plan. If the weather takes over, the next day is your rain out day. Every track does it. It's not right. No, it's not a surprise to anybody, you know? I mean, shit. But yeah, that just annoyed me.
But if you rewind the clock over how many years have we had a good Palmy teams? Honestly, it's been a long time coming. We've had a race that's been affected by rain and had to move to the following day. You try and think about when was the last one. There's a question for the viewers. Think about when was the last team's event that got postponed until the next day because of the wet weather.
Exactly.
It's going to go way back. We've had it bloody good. Honestly, we've had it bloody good. No way I'm missing teams next year. That's awesome, Tracy. You better turn up there because you're down the New Zealand Sprint Cars. Dave Thomas, big shout out going out to the Waikato lad, Daniel Thomas winning the New Zealand Sprint Cars. 2NZ, obviously, was the former 1NZ, Michael Pickens there. So they got their meeting underway. So, yeah, Dan Thomas, well done on winning that. Great to see the international boys back in town. It's a massive effort. Mate, it's a huge effort. We caught up with Guy Parker, the race director.
Add me in, Harley Rob. Do you need a link, Harley? Add me in. He wants to come in. He hasn't come in the studio. He's probably using the old studio, is he? Have you sent him a link,
Hold on, Harley. Wait, I'll send you. Check your Facebook message. Harley. There you go.
This could be interesting, people. You sent him a message, so hopefully if we see him pop in, we're going to bring him in. Hopefully he hasn't gone to the old studio. He had too many beersies.
Check your Facebook message, bro. I've just sent it to you.
It'll take a little bit because they're a bit delayed behind us, kids, from what we say, so we'll give him a couple of... He'll be at Rosie's. I think he might be at the Speedway Garage with all the boys, to be honest.
Yeah, he's either there or O'Grady's. He's at one of them. Normally the Glen Eagles down to O'Grady's. I know they're at a bar been watching some lives, but yeah, rain had to show up. It's a year of rain. You're right, Dave. This whole bloody Speedway season has been marred by rain. So, you know, just be thankful we'll get some of these meetings in. 2006, there you go. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Trent. Scott Honeybones says 05. Yeah, I knew it's way back, you know. Panthers beat the Tigers, Trent. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I've canned racing. We had to watch till, 1 o'clock till about 4 o'clock, then jump in our cars and all scoot off home up to see Dean Marsden. Ethan Levine selling We Love Harley shirts. Yeah, with a piece of paper drawn on there. We're just going to see if we can get a Harley, and I've sent him the link. Let's see if he's looked at it.
He was asking. They're a little bit behind us, so we'll just see what happens. Bear with us, people. We may see him. We don't know. He's had probably had a couple of quieties. Oh, here we go. Harley and Scotty, it says. Here we go. We'll bring them in straight. Hey, boys.
Hey. Good, Rose. Hey, congrats on winning today. Wicked.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Thanks, guys. Good, eh?
Awesome, mate. What a show, eh? What a show.
Oh, yeah, we'll try not to. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. We've already warned people, Scotty. Don't stress.
Too many orange juices.
Hey, Harley, mate, the weekend you were outstanding, bro. You know, winning those races, taking the 991C home, bro. You were pedaling like you stole the bloody thing, mate. You were doing it for the team, eh?
Yeah, bro. Had to prove a point, so I'm pretty sure we proved a point again, eh?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and Scotty, mate, the running in that final was awesome, bro. Like, how happy were you when Jaden came up and pushed you with a lap to go to get you going again, mate?
Oh, yeah, you know, Jaden's the fucking one of the best in the business. And sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, mate. Don't stress.
Yeah, and we're just stoked. I'm stoked to race alongside him and Harley as well. And you know, it's just a real good culture here, and you're loving every part of it. It was real cool. Yeah. And all the boys just worked together and we got home in the end.
It's called teams. It's called teams champs, and you guys worked as a team, and that's why you're champions, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, it's not just us either. Like we're the drivers that go out there, but we got a real good support crew behind us, and you know, it makes our job easy. You know, we got such a good crew behind you. It's fucking awesome.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Hey, we know your hype. We know the hype's there.
I'm going back to the bar. Sorry.
That's all right, Scotty. Hey, Harley, though, you know, mate, it wasn't easy too because you guys wanted to prove a point. You're doing it for the South Island. They kind of put you as an international team, mate. You got Lloyd in there. You got Jaden in there. You've got Ben as your obviously your sixth driver there as well. Have I missed anyone here? Trying to think. Yourself. Who else?
Me,
Sauce. Yeah.
Lloyd and Ben as a sixth.
Yeah, mate. It's a massive effort. Ricky managing. Malcolm flew up to watch us the other night and today. And then you got all the crew, you got all the family, you got all your sponsors. It is a massive drive to get this team to be successful this afternoon. It's huge, eh?
Oh, that's right. You know, it's
he's back.
Scotty and Sauce obviously wouldn't have cars, so you know it's a credit to him and Megan, and obviously suck it up. And all the sponsors, you know, that made it happen. And, Rosie's is going off tonight. You should have stayed.
I wish. Hey, where's Malcolm? Is he inside?
Do you want me to find him?
Go find him.
It might get a bit loud.
That's all right, mate.
Scotty's already wrecked up.
We'll go inside.
Yeah, Scotty's already wrecked the bloody show with swearing. So well to get Malcolm.
We'll give you a quick tour around Rosie's.
Yep. We got everyone. Woo-hoo!
Boys here. We're live on Facebook.
Hello,
hey,
mate.
how's it?
Hey, give it. Hey, Fluffy said you get to keep your house, mate. Fluffy said you get to keep your house.
Yeah. But hey, let's go, Administrator Wood did get the password, mate.
Here he is. Here's Malcolm.
Hey, Malcolm, there he is. There he is.
We'll go outside so we can hear you.
Oh. Is Malcolm coming with you?
Yeah, get the beep, get the beep button ready.
Go on,
There
bring
he
them all.
goes.
Get the
Bring
big
'em.
button ready. Here it is. You must be pretty proud, eh, Malcolm, with the boys?
Yeah.
Boys, how's it going?
Yeah,
Good,
good, mate. How
mate.
are you going?
How hard was this cup? Hey,
Hey,
hey, who's
Don't swear.
who's Jack Myers? This man owns Jack Myers today. You know what? As long as Jack's okay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
He owns
How proud are you of these boys, Malcolm?
Rock of the country, and this boy owned them.
Yeah. How proud are you, Malcolm? How proud,
I'm
mate?
proud of these boys, eh? Like, I'm so proud. Like, they had tears and everything. I love these kids. They're like my sons.
It's awesome.
right.
Awesome to see, man.
That's right, race fans.
We appreciate everything you two boys do for the sport. You know, like coming down to the square and stuff like that. You boys should have been here tonight.
Oh, we wish we could have
Next
been,
time,
mate. We're
mate,
just.
next time.
I'm so happy for you guys. I mean, we're talking to boys.
Hey, come
Auckland?
Auckland. We'll go and smoke them up there too.
Yeah.
All right, mate. We'll see you in Auckland. We'll see you in Auckland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Righto, boys.
Well, let us go. We'll carry on.
Have a good night,
All right,
man.
Drinking to do. We're getting thirsty. The bar hasn't run out of push yet.
Have a great
No.
night, eh?
Hey, thanks for your support.
No worries,
Sweet
mate.
as. All good, bro.
Cheers.
Sweet as. Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank
boys.
you.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Oh, how good was that, eh?
There you
That was
go.
a bit of humour, eh? Shivers. That's awesome. Those boys are having some fun, kins, eh?
Oh, mate, they are, mate. You know, hey, we could sit and apologise about the swearing, but if you know those guys, they're in the hype of celebrating most of one of the biggest things in their racing career. Malcolm will, like you said, he's emotional. He treats them like his son, his sons. You know, so yeah, man. Yeah, would have been cool to get Jaden on. We'll catch you with Jaden. Malcolm's there. We saw Lloyd there. Wish you could hear us because Fruffy said at least he gets to keep his house.
And did he say he learned everything from stock car heat? Is that what he said?
Yeah. Crazy, eh?
Listen, people, like Ken said, we could apologise, but we warned you before they come on. And those guys, they're just like anyone. They're normal people, mate. You know, they're celebrating, they're having a couple of quieties, and you have a few and you start to loosen up a bit, and that's what they're doing, mate. They're just having fun. They're not hurting anybody, are they, Kins? You know, they're celebrating one of the biggest events in New Zealand for Speedway, and they've won it. And that's the second time they've won it, and they did it bloody well.
Yeah, they were so clinical.
Yeah.
That's the word I used when people asked me who's going to win out of the four teams. You know, the Giants hit hard and just keep going. You would have thought being the number one ranked team, they would win it, but take nothing out of that. The Key Kings, they just go hard. Gav was just outstanding with blocking, and they got some good runners. The Panthers want to do it at home. It's been a long time between drinks since they won it. They could have been on there, and they got to the final today. But the Glen Eagles, for me, was just clinical. Jaden was just on his game, got in the drivers going, blocking 2 or 3 cars. That kid was on his game for blocking, doing the right thing at the right time. He dispatched a Tyler Walker. I saw that as well, you know, because Tyler was winning that race. Yeah. Then you had Harley just ran, you know, and that's all he did. And the guy sauced did his job. Everyone, Lloyd, he's a true sportsman. He didn't get out there and race, but he was on the infield. His support was supporting the boys out there doing the job. For the Glen Eagles, for Malcolm, for all the sponsors, for Ricky, for all the fans. But Lloyd was definitely part of that team. And, of course, his 6th driver as well, Ben. He was there. But, yeah, mate, all you fans can be effing proud of the Eagles. There's not much more you can say, really. Bring on 2024 is all you can say.
Yeah. Just remember, Scotty, you're not drunk, so you don't have to swear in every comment, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he might be drunk. Who knows? Hey, but look, I think that's just about a wrap for myself and Kins for teams.
Yeah.
But come show us your support for these mini stock guys next week. I'll put a post up. You'll see what's happening. So yeah, like just thanks for tuning in. We wanted to come and do this wrap up tonight for you all, and it was awesome that we got the Harley come on and seen us, and we had Harley and Scotty and Malcolm there, and it's just awesome. So yeah, thanks, guys, for tuning in
harder.
with us. And we look forward to just bringing you guys more shows and more fun and more racing and not just Speedway too, don't forget. We're going to have other stuff on as well as Speedway. So, yeah, we hope you join us for everything we do. And we hope you enjoy everything we do because we only do it for the fun and the love that we have for motorsport, not just Speedway, but motorsport, Akins, everything.
Everything, that's right. You know, on the 8th, which is only a couple of nights away, you'll see us back in 2 days' time. We're going to catch our mini stocks in Paradise in a Rotorua this coming weekend, which will be massive. A couple of big nights there as well. And you think how many kids turn up for that. Also, following week as well. We've got a busy week, books. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
it's a busy
Thursday,
month
Friday.
for us, to be honest.
It's the stock car teams. We're going to catch all the teams that will be racing there over at Huntley, the defending champs. So
we hope we can get them on anyway.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I caught up with some of them already down in Palmy. They're keen to jump on the show. And like you said, I think Red's going to join us with the sponsors, and we'll do the draw live on the 15th of February. So, yeah, it's a busy few weeks. And we'll keep you updated on something else that we've been speaking about as well for the past month. All right. So we'll give you a bit of an update on what's happening with something we got scheduled for the 22nd. We'll see how we go with that. But awesome, guys. Cheers for your comments. Auckland teams is Brad. It's on the calendar. Let me quickly look. I'm just going to pick a date here, and I'm thinking it is the 10th and 11th of March. It's the weekend after the New Zealand Superstock Champs. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's the 10th and 11th of March. Jump on the Auckland Speedway page. I think, Brad, you'll find it there. But yeah, we'll catch up with the Glen Eagles. Oh, there might be us. Hey? In the parade. In the parade. What?
Okay, team. Thank you, everybody, for joining and for us tonight. We just wanted to do that for you guys, a wrap up, and it turned out to be quite a good show. So, hey, hopefully we see you Wednesday night, and thanks very much.
See us. Take care. See you. Welcome along, everyone. What was it like, that experience, jumping into your first race?
It's been my life ever since I can remember.
Look, it really was unbelievable.
I think it's awesome.
Just go out there and give it your all every time. And
when you're young and you get in your old man Superstock and you wreck it, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Craig Booker with the big smile. He is the voice that's behind what you get to hear every Sunday night.
Give it the hoot, Daddy. Look at that field. Doesn't it look fantastic?